Know that if you have a desire in your heart, God put that desire in your heart, and that those things are going to unfold perfectly for you in the perfect timing. Welcome back to Twin Flames Universe, where you will discover twin flames, eternal love, and spirituality. I am Ascension Coach Kanisha, and today's video and topic is going to be on how I manifested my dream home with my twin flame with partnering with God. So before we get started, it will be a longer video, so get a pen and paper so you can start manifesting your dream home, living with your true twin flame and partnering with God in this space. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So the first thing that I did in order to manifest my dream home with my twin flame is to make the choice. I made the choice and the decision that that was what I was going to call in and manifest into my reality. And I remember being in a space where I didn't know if I was going to renew my lease in my apartment. And I really desired to be living with the man that God had created for me. And so this was last January. It was January 2024. I knew that I had some financial things that I was having to take care of, but ultimately I was feeling just this desire to be living one life with my twin flame. So I had the option to move in with my aunt to make things a little bit easier financially, but instead I went to God and I said, God, if this is what you want for me, I will surrender to your will and I will do that. But what I truly desire is that if I'm going to move again, because I've moved so many times, I would love to move into my house with my husband, my twin flame. Probably a day or two later, my twin flame had reached out and let me know that he was looking at buying a house. Now, at this time, we were only friends, and he wanted to share with me that he was looking at buying a house. And ironically, it was the house that I actually nannied in at that time. I was nannying for a family, and the husband had reached out to my twin flame and said, hey, I'm looking to sell my house. I heard you were looking to buy. Do you want to come check it out? And so he told me that he's looking at buying this house. And I thought that was so crazy. And some synchronicities that he got was that he looked up the house on Google Maps and he's like, guess whose car is in the driveway? And I was like, whose? He's like, yours. I was like, oh, that's crazy. He had jokingly said, once I buy this house, you and your boys can move in. And I was like, excuse me? And he was like, yeah, it's going to be too big for me. And I'm going to need some like love and family to fill it with. So why not have you and the boys move in? Like, again, at this time, we're just friends. He knows that I have feelings for him. I know that he has feelings for me, but we're nothing serious or committed at this time. I really saw that as like a wink from God that my choice and my decision was coming together and that God was aligning things for me. I really just buckled down on my inner work and started to visualize and see myself living in a home with my twin flame. Now, fast forward to January, February, March, April, May, June, I had then eventually manifested a committed relationship with my twin flame. Those 6 months of no commitment, I really had to hone in on seeing us as a couple, seeing us together, having a loving relationship, seeing him being an amazing stepfather to my boys and them absolutely loving and adoring him. I really had to make the disciplined decision and choice to only see my life that way, no matter what was happening in the 3D. Now, I don't say ignore your 3D. That's not what I'm saying. Your 3D is reflecting to you what you believe. And so I had to allow the 3D to show me what my beliefs were, but not take it as that was the permanent all end. And I had to really allow myself to be very disciplined that if I saw something in the 3D I didn't like, I had to ask myself, what belief am I holding on to? I would go in, I would do the mirror exercise, I would love myself there, I would create a new belief, and I would choose to only allow myself to think of that. And eventually my union came together because I saw it into fruition. I knew it in my heart. I felt union in my inner reality, and I only allowed myself to entertain that, and then it manifested into my outer reality. So I knew that if I could do that, I could manifest anything. June came around and we were really still looking for a house. He was looking for a house. At this time, I didn't know if he was still serious about me moving in with him, but I just chose that. I didn't have to hear him validate that for me. I didn't need him to reassure me in that in any type of way. I just kept choosing it because remember, you and your twin flame choose as one. So I started to relax into our union, and within 2 months, he had made a comment of needing to really buckle down and finding a house because he wanted to be able to provide a space for us as a union and as a family to grow and to really move forward into expanding our family. And I was like, okay, we're headed in this direction. Now, my lease was supposed to renew in August, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, are we going to find something before August? Am I going to be stuck in another year lease? What is that going to look like? But I just made the choice to surrender and trust that God had a process and a purpose for everything unfolding. So what I chose to do was I started to relax into just knowing God had it. And I started to look at what I truly desired in my dream home. When I would have conversations with my twin flame, he really didn't know what he was looking for. And that reflected back to me that I really didn't know what I was looking for. So I decided to write a love list for my dream home. And I also started to revisit the course Dreams Coming True that you can find at twinflamesuniverse.com. In this course, I was able to really get clear on the kind of life I wanted to live with my twin flame, ultimately start to really plan out the dream life that I desired to have in my union. So I wrote out a love list. We got very clear on what we wanted. Then all of a sudden things kind of just started unfolding. And one day my twin flame calls and he's like, okay, I'm ready to find a house. Send me links of things that you've seen and that you've fallen in love with. And I'm just like, okay, like we're going, we're doing this. And we got a realtor, and within probably 2 or 3 weeks, we're actually out looking at houses and we're exploring. And that was a lot of fun. We chose for it to be really easy, for the process to just unfold, and we had to really trust that God was going to lead us to the perfect home. We prayed over it. We really, again, just made choices in what we truly desired. We got clear together on what really worked for us and what didn't. We thought we wanted a 3-bedroom, and then we got really clear that no, we need like a 4-bedroom. We thought we wanted a 2-story, and then we got clear like, no, we just want a one story. So there was many things that we had to communicate and figure out between the two of us. And we had to also get clear, really think about the neighborhood and the schools and all of those things. So those really were conversations that we had to have. But what I found is when we had a miscommunication or it looked like we weren't on the same page, as soon as I did my inner work and I got very clear within myself, my twin flame aligned naturally with that choice as well. We finally got to around October, November, and at this point we're burnt out of looking for houses because we have yet to find something that's really in our price point and that we're just in love with. Again, surrender it to God. You will find the theme of this video is surrender and trusting the process, and also making just the choice and knowing that the universe and God are going to align things for that choice to come to fruition if it's for your highest good and in the will of God. And so I just surrendered, and I just trusted that God would bring into my intuition when it was time to look for something again, or when it was time to just go onto the app and look at houses, because at this point I was looking at the app and the houses like every 5 minutes to see if anything new came up. I was really not putting the best energy behind it. I was putting fear or lack that we weren't going to ever find anything every time I got on the app, instead of allowing it to be fun and joyful. So I chose to do it that way. And once I did, one day God was like, it's time to look at the app. And I was just like, okay. So I go and look on the app and I see this absolutely stunningly beautiful home. And I just fall in love with everything about it. The only thing I wasn't in love with was the price point. It was about $20,000 more than what we wanted to pay for. And so I jokingly said, I think I may have said it out loud, but I jokingly said to God, at least, could you knock it down 20 grand? That would be really great, God. And I did not send the link to my twin flame because it was just over our price point, and I didn't want to get our hopes up about something that was already out of our price point. I really wanted to honor and respect the set that he had for us there and trust him there. And so I just let it go. And I was just like, okay, well, I didn't really find anything, so I'm just going to keep moving on with my day. A month later, my twin flame sends me a link to the same house I fell in love with. And he said, oh my gosh, look at this. So I open it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the house. It's the house of what I call the kitchen. Like, it's the house with the kitchen. It has an absolutely stunning kitchen. I saw that the price point had dropped 15 grand. And I was just like, oh my gosh, God, like this house has been on the market for a whole month and no one has like snatched it up yet. That is insane. So we got a tour of the house. We saw it the next day. We both fell in love with it. And then we went home and we prayed on it. And we just asked God, if this is in your will, you will allow this to unfold perfectly for us to claim this as our home. And that's what we did. We chose together to claim this place as our home. Then we got into the negotiation space. On top of that, it went down 5 grand. So altogether, it was reduced at 20 grand, just like I had asked God. God is so amazing. Oh my gosh. We also received a lot of things in the home that we got to keep, which is really amazing. It was very, very supportive to us in the way that the things that they left for us. And so I am now in my brand new home with my twin flame. Even though we've only been here for about a week now, it feels like we've been here for quite some time. Like, it really does feel like our home. It really feels amazing to be living in the same home together and living one life. And I'll definitely do another video here soon on what that looks like to live one life with your twin flame. But know that you can manifest anything that you desire, including your union, by just making the choice and trusting that your choice alone is so powerful. There's been many times where I recognized that I had made a choice about something and I just kept choosing to see myself already having it. What would it feel like? What would it seem, or what would it be to like really enjoy that thing that I wanted, whether it was my twin flame or a job or an opportunity or a home? What would that feel like? I can give you some tips on how I did that, which would be like when I was doing the dishes in my apartment. I would be doing the dishes and I would imagine being in the new kitchen, and I was just saying, thank you God so much for this new kitchen. Even though I was in my old kitchen, I was thanking God as if I already had it. I was just like, thank you so much for this beautiful kitchen. Thank you for the dishes that I have to wash. Thank you for the beautiful home I have to keep up and like take care of for my family. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. I had given gratitude for it as if it had already unfolded, as if it already happened. And now I'm in this space where I'm now actually giving gratitude for the dishes that I have and the home that I get to decorate. And I really did allow it to come into fruition, into my reality, because I believed in it first. I believed inwardly and felt it inwardly. And that is the truth of manifesting your harmonious union, is that you have to come into harmony and union within first. I guarantee that if you truly are able to have that as your predominant understanding and feeling inwardly first, you will start to see it manifest outwardly. And that is how manifestation works, is really being able to embrace it inwardly as if you already have it, and then you will see that reflected outwardly to you. That is how I manifested my dream home with my twin flame. It is absolutely beautiful and supportive, and because it's such a big upgrade, it's really God letting us know that this is an opportunity for us to be able to give more, because He has given us such a space to be supported and loved, and it gives to us so much that we're able to give back by serving and by loving in the way that God has called us to. So know that this is for you too. This is not just one person who gets to manifest things and have what they want. No, this is what you get to do too in your life. You get to manifest and create anything that you desire in your life. Whatever your mind can think of and dream of, you can have. And best believe it unfolded so easily and so quickly that we both had to look at each other like, is this really happening? Is this really unfolding like this so quickly and so easily? Well, yes, because it was in alignment with God's will. And we just had to trust that we could just receive what He was giving us. And every day we just give gratitude and thanks to Him, because it's such a beautiful blessing and gift. And when you can be in gratitude in that way, you will see that you'll just receive even more. I really hope this video inspires you. Know that you can be living in your dream home with your true twin flame within a year, if not sooner. And know that it really just comes down to being disciplined with seeing it and believing it and feeling it. Even if your 3D reality is not giving you any inkling that it's happening, know that things are happening behind the scenes and under the surface. It's going to unfold, but you just have to trust in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, and you want to partner with God in this space. Know that if you have a desire in your heart, God put that desire in your heart, and that those things are going to unfold perfectly for you in the perfect timing. So if you would like more support, definitely check out twinflamesuniverse.com. Check out the Ascension coaches, because I wouldn't have been able to do this without my Ascension coach. She was such a massive support and really helped me stay disciplined in seeing what I truly desired to come into fruition. And absolutely don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. You take care. Bye-bye.